It's the first week in January, and here in the Midwest, the garden is dormant, but we are going to be working inside today in the garden house, working on the garden shed. Now, a lot of you have watched my video from a couple years ago on the makeover on the garden shed, and I'm going to show you today how it's evolved over that last couple years. And also, we're going to be transforming it today. We're going to do a little refresh on it, some makeover, rearranging some of the pieces that I already have, restyling, and also adding a few new ones in. So this is more of a sanctuary to me than it would be a workspace. It's a place to hang out and plan out your garden for the year, read a book, have a cup of coffee. So if you are thinking about adding a garden shed this year, or maybe you already have a garden shed, but you want to give it a revamp, well, this will be the perfect video for you. I'm also going to talk a little bit about what I've learned since we've had the garden shed. We added it 3 years ago. So if you are planning on purchasing one, January is the perfect time for that. That's when I ordered mine, just in time for spring delivery. So I'll give you a heads up on some ideas on placing your order for a garden shed. So let's get going today. Getting the foundation right is the first step of this makeover. I'm layering these rugs to add the extra cozy texture underfoot. It's a small detail, but it makes the shed feel like a true extension of my home. And then we're going to do a quick cleanup to get the winter dust out before we bring the furniture back in. These chairs, oh, I like them. They're the heart of the space. When I first updated these with that tan finish, it completely changed the tone of the room. It makes it feel more like a boutique retreat. Now, with the furniture in place, we can start the fun part, the styling and the hidden gems. And so what I like to do now is add a lot of faux ferns to it. So these are faux ferns that I've just picked up. Some of them secondhand, some were gifted to me, and I've added in about 3 different pots here of different leaf structure just to give it some interest and just giving it more of that gardeny feel by having those ferns. Now we have some big, now these are vintage wicker chairs, so we have some big oversized cushions for the seat just to make them super comfy. Now for the heart of the makeover, the table in front of the window. Adding a small lamp is my favorite hidden gem trick. It provides that warm glow that transitions a shed into a garden retreat. A mirror is a great way to reflect light. It makes the room feel bigger, and of course, it's just beautiful decor. In January, I rely heavily on faux greenery to keep the garden house feeling alive. I'm starting with these terracotta pots and faux boxwood to ground the space in that earthy organic texture. Layering is definitely the key here. I'm adding this large red geranium for a much needed pop of color against our normal Midwest winter gray outside. And this glass cloche just to add a bit of vintage boutique charm. I love incorporating vintage pieces. It adds that collected history, that glass floral frog that I showed you. I'm always looking for items that I can mix the old with the new to create a space that feels like it's been pulled together over time, not just something I went out and bought at a big box store. This was my childhood chair, so I brought that out here, and I like to set plants on this. Faux plants, I've done real plants, so repurposed it. It was a rocking chair, and I took the rockers off and just made it into a cute little plant stand. This was my Christmas vintage find. Isn't he adorable? I think he'll be cute outside in the garden this year, but for right now, we have him tucked here next to the chair. And this was my other garden find. Isn't this gorgeous? I actually picked this for the vase. I really liked the planter, the great big green glazed planter, that I could repurpose that. I can take the flowers apart and reuse them, or I could just leave it like this. But I thought that gave us some nice color in the garden house. As we move to the other side of the room, I have a beautiful bookcase that I purchased that I like to set decor on, but I also like to put my vases, planters, different items that I use for flower arranging or that I want to pot a plant in. And I like to keep them out in the open so I know what I have on hand. And it's also just a beautiful way to display garden type items in the garden house. So we're just giving it a little wipe down on the bookcase and also doing some rearranging. Now my table on my in my garden retreat was a find that I opted to paint over, and I found a chair that coordinated with it at another secondhand location and gave it a matching colored spray paint to tie the two items together. Okay, so now we need to hang some of our garden stuff. So some of the garden stuff that you've seen out in my garden, I bring inside for wintertime because I don't want to leave it out in our elements. So I thought it would look cool hanging in here. So we have an anchor here on the wall. Let's try it out and see what we think. Oh, I think I like it. I think it'll look really nice here. And that keeps it up off the ground if I put it in our regular shed. Yeah, I think it adds to our garden vibe. I really like that. Now our other thing that I had found in the last couple weeks is this gorgeous mirror. Now it is a heavy duty wood mirror, but I thought it would look really good out here in the garden shed. It would reflect all of our light from all of our windows. So we are going to hang this. And like I said, it is super heavy. Okay, I think it looks gorgeous. My issue was it was so heavy, I could not even get it up. It would not stay up. So I actually had John come out and do it for me, and I'm going to clean the glass while we're talking here. So garden sheds, let's talk about garden sheds, and I will link down in the description the website of where we purchased our garden shed. Now it is a local company, so they may not deliver to your area, but I think it's a good reference point if you're thinking about doing a garden shed, because I know when I was looking in winter of 21, I had a really hard time finding information of, I was trying to get ideas. I was trying to figure out what kind of layout did I want? What did I want it to look like on the outside? What did I want to look like on the inside? And tried to get inspiration from videos, from Pinterest, all different areas online, looking for options. Well, the shed company has made a lot of different styles of shed. The different options that you could add, and that's what I did. So this originally did not come with all the windows. It didn't come with the doors that I have on it as a base model. So those were all upgrades that you could do and place however you want. So originally this came with a couple windows and like a big overhead type door, double doors, like to take your tractor and ride your lawn tractor into, which I didn't need because I wanted it more like a garden house. So that is something too when you're doing your windows for placement. Like, where are you going to set this in your yard? Which was really important. We had already picked the spot in the yard. So then I knew where I wanted to place my windows to get the best light. I knew that I wanted one wall with no windows, so I chose the north wall to not put any windows on to use as my base. And then after we got it, you know, things evolve over time, how you're going to use items. How I thought I would use it isn't how I ended up using it, which is fine. I thought originally I was going to use it for a actual like garden shed and potting plants and things like that. But this is not heated or cooled. It does have electricity, but I don't have the heat or cooling, so I can't overwinter plants in here. I wouldn't be able to start little baby seedlings in here because we get below 0 in the wintertime. So it would be way too cold. They wouldn't be able to make it. So I decided to use it more as a retreat, more of a garden room. Now I could in the springtime if I wanted to pot up plants in here. I have done that before, but for me it's just as easy to do it outside as it is to do it in here. Now when we did get the shed, it was all unfinished inside, and so if you're going to get a shed, I would opt to finish it. So we did do insulation, we did do drywall, car siding on the ceiling to finish that off. I did do a chandelier, and so I did, of course, have electric added, which is a really beneficial if you want to do anything in here, any types of DIYs or any of that type of stuff where you're going to need light or small tools that you want to plug in. So that's really handy. Now I didn't do water, and I've had people ask me if I have water out here, and I just didn't really see a point for it because it is so close to my house. And also we do have a hose right out here if I would need water to like water a plant or something of that sort. But I didn't figure for the added expense of putting water in here. And it is 12 by 16, so it's not huge. So to put a sink or that type of thing, I didn't see that it was necessary. The doors, I do like my doors. I was gonna do French doors, and that's kind of what I had always envisioned when I drew it out on paper before I had ordered it. But this company didn't have that option of doing French doors. But these are a special size to go on the shed. And I really like how it turns out, and it really, inside you have a beautiful look framing out into the garden to look through with the half moon-shaped windows. I like the storage up here, but because I am using this as more of a room setting, this would be ideal if you were using it for storage, like for tubs and different things. If you wanted to store like your Christmas decor up here for outside or different off-season things. But I don't want it visible. I don't want to see it. So I've used it just as to put decor on. So that's one thing to factor in too, is how are you going to be using this? And I do realize adding a garden shed is a big commitment and a big decision. So if you have other questions that I didn't address, leave them in the comments below and I will try to answer those for you. January is the perfect time though to place your orders, because right now, in my case, when I ordered mine in January, it's not as busy. And they were able to get it made and delivered and set up for me in March. So then I was able to use it. So if you are thinking this out, Plan it out on paper. What do you want? How do you want it to look? Set up, get lots of ideas online. I think even now, since I purchased mine, there are a lot more options online to look at, and go to various shed companies online to see what they offer. And if you find something at a different shed company but can't get it delivered to your area, go to your local company and see if they will replicate what you found online. Well, I hope that was helpful. And now let's look at how it turned out. I think it's beautiful for our winter refresh. This is getting me in the garden mood. I hope it's getting you in the garden mood too. Well, thanks for hanging out with me today. I hope you enjoyed seeing the garden shed and where we're at with it in January as we start into the new year of 2026. I hope it gave you some ideas and some inspiration for your own garden shed, your own retreat that you're going to enjoy this year. And if you are looking for some more inspiration, you're going to want to check out this video next. Have a great week, and I will see you in our next video.